welcome. Grim Reaper here. We got ourselves a movie review. We're going to be talking about Dune. That's right. So I saw Dune, and we're going to break this down into three different categories. First category we're going to be talking about is special effects. So what can I say about the special effects? It was amazing. I think the Dragonfly vehicles that they flew in was pretty amazing. I think it was pretty awesome. I I just couldn't get on how amazing it looked and how they managed to get the wings to look the way they did. They did a really amazing job on with those vehicles. Totally something that I just wasn't expecting to look as amazing as they did, and they did. And I like the way everything was going for that one. Then we go with that sandworm creature that they had come up. I was kind of surprised. Just the detail that they had going into that was pretty amazing. I was blown away on how well they were able to blend the CGI with it and with the actors as well. I think that the way they had the sand moving, it reminded me of when you like a speaker underneath a bunch of stuff and making the sand kind of like move so much it looks like liquid. That's what it reminded me of, and it looked phenomenal. I don't know if they did it that way practical or if they went CGI with the whole sand and had it move like that. I'm gonna say practical because it probably be a lot easier to do and faster. But with the creature in there, I think they went CGI as well. So I don't know if it was a mix of both, but it looked phenomenal. I was like, wow, that was pretty amazing, and just seeing them walking across and struggling with it was pretty cool. The other vehicles they had in the movie was really fun. The details on all of them were really amazing. I was kind of surprised on how that looked. Even the little uh, like flying remote control bug that would be used to poison people. I was like, damn, they did a really cool job. It kind of reminded me of Big Hero 6 when they had the little micro machines that he had, the little robots they had going, which was really cool. I think they did a really phenomenal job with just every little detail of some of these things in there. And then you go with the whole, practical effects as well. Just the way the suits and everything looked were phenomenal. I just couldn't believe it. But the thing that really blew my mind was the whole force field thing they had over their body that could block any fast moving thing, but anything moving slow enough could get through. It was kind of I was like, that kind of sucks. But that was pretty cool. I liked how it looked. And then I watched, what was it? Digital Corridor. They did a whole visual artist react. Link in the description below, or check the card here to see their breakdown of both the old school and the new school. The way it looked in the original Dune, was really bad. I liked what they did with this one. It was pretty cool. They could have went the whole thing where they show like a visible aura over them the whole time, but the fact that it was it shows it turn on and then just visible and then only turns back. You only see it again when they're being struck, which was really solid. I think it was really cool to see how they're using it to practice fighting and be able to be safe as well, which was really cool. Really cool. All I can say, visual effects wise, I think this is definitely amazing in the visual effects department. Practical or digital, I think they all did an amazing job. Suit wise, like I said, they looked really amazing. The only problem I had was the blue eyes. It still has not been perfected where you get the eyes to look blue, because you could tell the filtering was still going over the over the eyelids a little bit. It was bleeding a little over the past where the eye was, so it's kind of like So it that was my only kind of thing. I was like oh, that was my only nitpick, because it was noticeable to me. But other than that, I think it was a really solid job. I think they did a really good job. I think it was Javier Bardem. I didn't even recognize him in the movie. I was like, why is he looks familiar, but he didn't. Then I looked, I was like, oh, okay, it looked recognizable. And I gotta say, Stellan Skarsgård in that suit fashion, and when they had him hovering above, I was like, wow. Now, we'll break down the actors in this one. I think everybody did a really amazing job. I think this had a star-studded cast. You had Oscar Isaac, you had Jason Momoa, Zendaya, Stellan Skarsgård. Jesus, there's so many of them. There's what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. He played Thanos, and he played Cable. Oh Jesus, Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin. I mean, the actors name a few, but these guys did an amazing job. I think each one did really good what they were given, and they performances were really solid. I didn't have a issue with any of the performances at all. Stellan Skarsgård did an amazing job, and I think as far as each of these characters, I think it was really really well done and executed for these people. Timothy Chalamet, this is the first time I've seen him in anything at all. Did a pretty good job. I was like I don't know how young the actors, the character's supposed to be in the movies. I don't know if he's supposed to be in his 20s, teens, or 30s. But this one, I think he's in his 20s too, the actor. So I don't know if that's what age he was supposed to be in. But either way, I think each of these guys did an amazing job. I have not had any issues with any of their performances at all. Zendaya was in it only for a few minutes, but they promote the way the trailer where they show her a bunch of times. I thought she was going to be in it a lot more, but no. And here's hoping. Actually, now here's hoping. They've announced that they're going to be doing a part 2 for this, which I knew the movie was a long, long movie, and I knew that there's no way you could do it justice. I think it was like a Lord of the Rings kind of thing where you can't do it in one movie because it's too long. You have to break it up into 2 movies, which is really the way to go. I was like, that'd be kind of disappointing, to do just one movie and also like, oh well, we're not gonna do the second one. I was surprised they didn't film it back to back like they did with Lord of the Rings. They did the whole It thing where they did part 1. If it did well, we'll go do a part 2, which kind of was like, why wait, kind of thing. But you know what? Luckily, we're gonna get a part 2, and I really enjoyed what they did with this one. I had no knowledge of the world that they have in, so there's probably lots of that they didn't show or didn't mention in this movie, which probably was in the book. So I'm kind of like, well, I don't know. Third thing I want to talk about is sound. Sound design in this one was really cool. When you're using the voice kind of thing, that was kind of cool and creepy at the same time. I was not expecting that to be how it was, and it was kind of cool to see how it was used and him trying to use the voice, but it wasn't being done properly. And then his mom and then that one chick, doing it like it was nothing, and him bowing to her, changed to bow, and I was like, damn. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But the voice, when it came well with the whole sound design, the way it sounded, I was like, that's a lot of bass in that that voice that he gave us, and it was really solid, really enjoyable. Just loving hearing the just the sound designs that they had, like with the dragonfly flying and all the other ships flying around, and all the shooting that was going on, the explosions, really solid. I think as far as I was streaming it, it was definitely a solid sound design. It looked really, really good. And as far as this movie goes, I would give it about 4.5 out of 5. Probably would give it a 5 out of 5. I felt like it was just a little dark at in some scenes, but 4.5 out of 5. I think maybe if I read the book more, I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more. I probably would have given it a solid 5. But 4.5 out of 5. That's how I give it. That's why I think the movie is really solid. From what I've noticed. But if I read the book, I probably would have picked at it more. If you've read the book, let me know if you liked this version or the version that came out before. Do you think this version definitely nailed it like Lord of the Rings nailed the books? Or do you think it fell short on some parts? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, you take care. Bye.